My name is Wendy Kaufman, and I'm president of the Bethesda Historical Society. We were founded in 2019, and we're doing everything we can to document and preserve Bethesda history. I retired from teaching history in 2018 and started wondering about Bethesda history and wanted to learn more about it. I had an outreach effort to Montgomery History, some neighborhood listserv, and friends about coming together to create a historical society for Bethesda, and the response was super. So we now have an organization, and we're currently based in my home in the Armory neighborhood of Bethesda. We have a wide range of volunteers in the Bethesda Historical Society. Most live in Bethesda, but some used to live here and grew up here, lived here as a child. We've got young adults in their 20s, we've got retirees, teachers, lawyers, writers, historians, government workers. So it's nice, but they're all big history buffs, and they love Bethesda, and they love Bethesda history.
My name's Stephanie Rigaud. I'm a lifelong Washingtonian who's been engaged in the Bethesda area all my life. All four of my children were in the BCC cluster. My last just graduated, and I'm now the social media director for the Bethesda Historical Society. Wendy is really great at networking and planning and organizing, but what I love is finding the old stories and going online and doing deep dives. And it's kind of amazing, even though all of the museums and archives are closed right now, how much you can learn. It's a story that I think people can relate to. And so I think it's bringing the living part of the museum into all the great things that Wendy is finding and the people she's meeting who have these stories. The story of the real lives in Bethesda.
When we started the Bethesda Historical Society, we right away contacted Bill Offit, our local historian who has written a wonderful book, Bethesda Social History. It documents so much of Bethesda, and he was very supportive of our efforts and said he would do what he could to help us. And he sends us things from time to time that he's written over the years. And his book, we just use it so much.
It's a neat place to live, it really is. I was born in 1931 and grew up out on Rockville Pike. In 1940, my mother bought a house on East-West Highway in the middle of Bethesda, a block from the high school and diagonally across the street from Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church. And my mother lived there till she died. I've lived here since the 1940s. My wife has lived in Chevy Chase since she was born. And this is home, and it's a good place to be home. It's hard to say why it grew. Transportation is part of it. The streetcar came out here in the 1890s and ran until 1935. And that's certainly part of the reason it grew, was the streetcar. A number of suburbs popped up along the streetcar tracks all the way out Old Georgetown Road to Alta Vista. When I was a kid, there were 25,000 to 30,000 people lived here. Pretty good sized town, 30,000 people. We had everything a town needed. We had men's stores and women's stores, department stores, grocery stores, 10-cent stores. We had everything. Now, 10 times what it was during World War II. And the reason it grew is mainly where we are. It's a suburb. We feed the city. We do a lot less of that now than we did before, but that's how we got going.
The Bethesda Historical Society has not been in existence that long, just since 2019, but we've accomplished a few things we're proud of. We love our website, BethesdaHistoricalSociety.org, that has lots of Bethesda history information on it and ways to contact us. We now have monthly meetings that we have volunteers regularly attend. We're proud of the Heritage Trail walking tour that we're working on, where folks will be able to visit historic sites in downtown Bethesda and learn about them. And we're proud that we've become a nonprofit. So now donations to us are tax deductible, and we're hoping that'll really help us grow. The Bethesda Historical Society is actively collecting memorabilia to help preserve Bethesda history. We have old postcards and other items that reflect old Bethesda businesses. We have school memorabilia such as yearbooks from Bethesda area schools. I see the future of the Bethesda Historical Society just building on what we've already started. More volunteers, more memorabilia donated, and it would be great to one day have a permanent public space where people could come see exhibits on Bethesda history, do research, and just be proud of, the historic roots that Bethesda has. We're looking to expand our activities so we can really showcase all of Bethesda's history, its diversity, and there's lots of stories to be told, so we're excited about the future.